Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Man, truly excited about this one to have my guy, Mr. Colin Teagle, on with us. Great guy doing some great things. Truly grateful to have him on. So first, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for having me, Chip.
Yes, sir. Well, first off, man, I'm just checking out the location, and you got some stuff around you in the background.
Room, my bad.
Yeah, no. It's a good thing. It's a great thing, actually. But that talks about like your background and who you are and what you do. So, man, let's dive into, like your journey, who you are and what it is you do, so that people have an idea of that, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm Colin Teagle. I'm a general manager of Kicking It ATX. I'm also e-commerce coordinator. Kind of like Kicking It's Swiss Army knife. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do a little bit of everything for the sake of the family and the company. But I'm originally from Houston, Texas. And I was just telling before we started recording, I was telling you that I migrated up to Austin to attend the University of Texas. And at this point, man, I've been in Austin as long as I was my first 18 years in Houston. So just living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream, man. Like you say, you gotta pinch yourself, man, to
right,
make
man.
sure.
For sure.
That's good stuff, man. Well, what are three things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Man, I would definitely say being my mom's first child to graduate from college. And then graduating from a university like the University of Texas, like being a native Texan, Houstonian, and now Austinite. It being the flagship school. That always raises some eyebrows when I say I'm a graduate of that. And then, honestly, man, just trying to be a community pillar to the Black community here in Austin, and any other entrepreneur or self-starter that is trying to achieve things.
So good, man. Such a cool journey, and man, such neat things to be proud of. So, just hearing you talk about that, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Man, honestly, I struggle with that because I'm a firm believer like micro and macro success.
Yeah,
and I don't think you get to macro without the micro. Sometimes you can, if you're solely looking at the macro or the long-term goal, you can bite off more than you can chew, as opposed to just taking it day by day, and then working up to that goal. And then when you get to that bigger goal, through the experience and going through different things of getting to that long-term goal, now you can dream a little bit bigger. And I was, one of my favorite sayings is it's beauty in the struggle.
Come on.
Life is equipped with lessons, and I don't like to call them losses, but lessons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like the good thing is most of the learning comes in those lessons as opposed to the winning.
Yeah, man. I like to say there's a blessing in every lesson.
For sure.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree, man. Like I think back to some of my most frustrating times in life where, I didn't have the wisdom now at 36, and it was just frustrating, and I was trying to will myself to stuff, as opposed to like now I find myself getting frustrated. I take a deep breath. I take a step back, reassess the situation, and try to go at it a different way.
Man, there's there's lots to be unpacked in what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Like it's simple concepts, but man, it's so much. I love there's beauty in the struggle. I think
Mm-hmm.
reps make you better. I
Dude,
think that also dives into awareness.
yep,
When you are aware, that hey, like there is struggle here, but man, pushing myself through this struggle, like there's gonna be something on the other side of this. That's where my maximum growth comes.
exactly. Man, it's like,
Yeah,
I'm a '80s baby. Well, really a '90s baby, but of course, Michael Jordan
come on.
is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
But it, he had struggles. He had to go through Bird and the Celtics and the Pistons, and that just had him build up himself and reassess the situation. And then once he hit it, he hit it. Same thing with LeBron. It's really like it's kind. I don't even want to say the American story, but it's just like the story of success. Like you got to go through
yeah,
the lessons. It's no skipping it.
yeah. You can't cheat. You can't cheat the grind.
No, you can't, man. And especially in a social media society these days, it's sexy to highlight the successes.
Yeah,
But I want to see the backside of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the L's that you took. I want to see the lessons that
yeah,
you learned that allowed you to get to the successes.
yeah. I'm an acronym guy, and I use this one, man. BBFBL, biggest blessings from biggest lessons.
I like that. I'm
And
not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to swagger Jackie on that
hey, kill it, man. Kill it,
one.
baby. Uh, and that's the thing, man. Too, I think when we know that going into things, when we face those struggles and challenges and hard times, because I don't care who you are, none of us are immune to that, right?
Right.
You're gonna face some tough stuff, right? But when you do, if you are aware that okay, and what can I learn from this? If you look within the wind and say, hey, okay, Chip, what'd you
Right.
do to put yourself in this situation, dog? you know, like how this happened, and then you learn because you're gonna face that thing again, or even bigger than that, like you're gonna for sure be around somebody that will have that same struggle as well, and now you can help them.
Dude, I see it with my team all the time. Like my employees here at the shop, and they're great.
Yeah,
Like we really have a family vibe here. But at the same time, the 20-year-olds, man, like, and I do this with my sister too, who just turned she'll be 31 this year. But like, I can give you the blueprint. You're probably not gonna listen to the blueprint. Like that's just how life works. Like it's very few people who say like, I'm gonna listen to this advice and then I'll be successful that way. It's just not human nature. So
yeah,
like, it takes like somebody telling you going away from what they're telling you, bumping your head or touching the proverbial hot stove,
yeah. The stove
and
is
then
hot.
like yeah, like you'll
No,
be
the
like, oh, that's what
stove
they
is
were
hot.
talking about,
Like
right?
no. Oh wait, the
Yeah,
stove is hot.
right. Like it just it's human nature, man. Like
Yeah,
like I tell my sister, I can give you the blueprint. You probably not gonna follow it, but it does also help that I try to give you the blueprint, you ignore it. Then you look at the blueprint and it's like, oh, if I just listen. Like, but I feel like that comes with wisdom and maturation,
yeah, for sure.
and normally comes with age. So
Yep. And isn't it crazy how as we I ain't gonna say get older, I'm gonna say as we mature,
yeah,
we,
as we get a little bit more seasoned.
yeah, we get a little more wisdom from those experiences, from those reps. But man, I think that's what makes life fun. That's what makes the journey amazing too. And again, like I said, not just learning things for ourselves, but learning those lessons so that we can use those to be a blessing to others. And that's
No, for sure.
that's the good part. Well, man, I want to go off script a little bit with you here.
Let's do
Um,
it.
I know like your some of your background experience, as far as the journey, like, where you've been, some of the things that you guys have seen growing through that journey. But I'm gonna just touch on some sneaker stuff.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So favorite sneaker.
So I'm gonna give you two answers. Favorite sneaker of all time. is the black cement Air Jordan 3. Favorite silhouette is the Air Force One.
I like it. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
But like I
All
couldn't
right.
like pinpoint like a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
color of the Air Force
that's a
One, but like
hey, that's a true sneaker connoisseur answer
yeah,
right
there you go.
there.
For sure.
That's
For
it.
sure.
Like he could like that can't just like my
Yeah.
face. Like I got to give you some detail in it, Chip.
It's
Come
like
on.
asking me to split the baby, man. I can't do
Yeah.
that.
All right, man. All right. So like I know like back from the Nice Kicks days and
Yeah.
like all of those things that kicking it. Like I know some of the really neat experiences that you guys have had, opportunities, people that you've been able to meet throughout this journey. What's been your favorite, and I would say sneaker experience as far as related to, some of the things that you guys have done? What's been your favorite sneaker experience?
Man, so that's a good question. And man, honestly, I want to apologize. I probably should have elaborated when you asked me what's my life story. But um while I was a senior at Jackie A Senior High School in Houston, probably from the age of 14, I was applying to sneaker shops to get a job. That's like
Yeah.
it's just been my passion. So I tell my mom this all the time because she was one of those moms who was like, I'm not paying $100 for sneakers.
Yeah.
And so instantly my mom was like, okay, how can I, obtain this goal of getting $100 sneakers? And it was, working for a sneaker store, getting a discount and doing that. So like I literally would apply every week. It wasn't until my senior year where I was doing what they call a co-op. So I would, I was done with school and I did
Mhm.
a work program where I could leave for half of the day. So I go, to school from 9 to 12 and then 12 I shoot out. But I got a job at AIG working in the mail room. And then I got the job at Finish Line that had just opened up. I was part of the inaugural staff in Alameda Mall. So
Mm.
going into that situation, it's '04 holiday season, and they just basically told us like we hire 70 people, and it's barbecue and mildew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like eventually you'll see people, and then you won't see people until we get down to the staff we want. So I take pride in that because spoiler alert, but I've been doing this for 18 years, so I was one of those people that made it. So then I graduated from Yates. I started attending the University of Texas, and I would go back and forth, like working the holidays break and the summer
Mhm.
break back home in my initial store in Houston. My sophomore years, I transferred up to Barton Creek, which at the time was like the biggest finish line in the company. Like it was pretty much it's like a Macy's, like
Yeah.
square footage wise, it's the biggest. So started working up there. Befriended one of my managers who was at MIT. We then transferred to Highland Mall, which is like the more melanated mall here in Austin, and I
I
became an
feel you.
assistant manager. That's where I met Dr. Greg. I actually hired him on part time during holiday season. But little did I know, the website he was working for, nicekicks.com, was about to open a brick and mortar. They opened a brick and mortar. He ends up bringing me on over there. Um, we run that for 6, 7 years with a hiatus in there where I moved back to Houston, came back. Um, and then the owners of the company, the Half Hills, they sold to Shoe Palace. So once Shoe Palace came in, they, it was just a money grab, to be honest. And at
Hmm.
the time I didn't understand it, but the older I get, the more I understand like acquisitions and mergers and things of
Yeah.
that nature. So, but in my personal opinion, they sucked the life out of Nice Kicks. It just
Mm.
strictly became about making money. They didn't even want you to have a relationship with the customers. So me and Dr. Greg left. Um, he ended up going to his alma mater to run the school store. I was working for Coca-Cola, merchandising and as an account manager. And he's always had a dream to open his own sneaker store. And I'm really, it's funny, man. Like thinking back on it when we were at Nice Kicks on some downtime before we closed, he would always say like, "Man, it'd be cool to have like a sneaker store, but I want to have like a bar in it." And I was like, "Man, I was like that sounds pretty cool." Because like here we are just chopping it up right now. Like if you had a bar, that's an even more intimate, casual setting.
Experience.
So
Yeah.
he said it all the time, and so then like he basically just told me like, "I'm about to make a run for it, man." And he wanted me to come on as his manager. So here we are today. But in that, it's a full circle moment of like just it starting with I want to get a discount to um actually working for a boutique, which is like the next phase of the sneaker industry. Because at the time, like when I started, I think it was boutiques, but it was mainly like New York, Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it hadn't traveled down south yet. And then working at Nice Kicks, actually getting to talk with like brand reps, see product before it comes out, and really like mold an opinion on how I think it'll sell, knowing my customer base and putting it all together on both ends, the retail side and the back end of the business. And now playing an even bigger role here with Dr. Greg and Kicking It. And it's essentially being a decision maker and having a valued opinion as far as running the business to him and his partners.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you detailing that so that people can have the understanding of what it's about, and like how you talked about the experience. I'll just tell you, like my Nice Kicks experience was like the South by Southwest.
That was the pinnacle. That was like every man. I think back to that now, and I'm like, I don't know if we'll ever get like a feeling like that back.
Man, like
it was a perfect storm, man.
Man, I'm telling you, like the first, because I'm a music junkie, of course, sneakers,
right.
like all of that, and so like the year before, I saw like Diddy and Eminem. I was like, man, I got to get there the next year, and then next year was the year that Mystical came.
Because y'all Sway in the Morning.
Yeah, Sway in the Morning show, and everybody came through there. I mean, just in that one time, I mean, Kendrick was there, Drama. I mean, like, Royce the Five. I mean, and this is like one more. This is one day.
Right. Because it's a radio show. So like, and it's a music festival. So like, it's really like shooting fish in a barrel if you like Sway, because it's like they in town. Like like if they were in New York, they would pull up. But it's like a roster.
Everybody's here
of everybody being there, man. Dude, like it's so funny story how that came about. His production manager Kelly, shout out to Kelly. She's like been a friend of anything that we do. Her and Sway and Heather B, the whole crew. But she randomly called us and was just like, "Hey, I'm the production manager for Sway in the Morning. We're looking for a spot to host a radio show. Want to know if y'all be interested." And Greg answered the phone. He just like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's a testament to doing good business, honestly. Like, I don't know who recommended them to us or what, and at that time we weren't black owned. So, but it's just like taking pride in your craft and really servicing people like that opportunity presented. And like, here we are, in 2023, that was 15, 16, maybe 14, almost 10 years ago, like talking about how iconic it is.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man, that may have been earlier than that, brother. I think
it was like 2012, 2013 when we first started doing it. But like it was a staple.
Yeah, man. And it was, and I looked forward. Like, man, I'm gonna just tell you, like those few years y'all had it there, man. I looked forward to coming there. Like the Young Money party on the roof.
Yep. Oh man.
Like it was live.
The whole day, like setting that up, man.
Yeah, man.
Boy.
Good stuff. Well, Colin, man, I just want to tell you again, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Before we get off, man, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you got going on.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, so on all social media platforms, Al_Bundy713. That's my personal one. You can also check out my podcast, Fresh Out the Box, Sneaker Cast. It is a perspective on the sneaker industry, game, culture, from a retailer's point of view. So like I'm pretty sure I'll cover any questions you have in some episode. We're about 26 episodes in now from the retailer perspective. So if you ever wondered something like, man, why do they do it like this? Or why do they do raffles as opposed to first come, first serve, or vice versa? We'll definitely talk about that. We record every Sunday and it's posted every Monday, 12 noon. You can follow the show at FOTB Sneakercast. And then here for the home team, we have the Kicking It Social Hour. We just released episode 9 earlier this morning. You can view that on YouTube and digital streaming platforms. So Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, or audio. So yeah, man. Chip, I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, I appreciate you taking the time. Like I said when I started, man, been looking forward to this. And you didn't have to choose to take the time to do this, man, but I really appreciate that.
No, I appreciate it, man.
And I know that the audience will gain some key knowledge from these experiences that you shared, man. So keep doing your thing, baby.
All right, I appreciate it, man. You have a good weekend.
All right. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Peace.
Go get it.